Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Coming up on Monday night, we will celebrate the 8th anniversary of Zombies, and I am so excited to honor this with each and every one of you who have believed in zombies with all of your heart. I would just like to take this opportunity as the creator of this YouTube channel and its content to say thank you so much for being with me from the very beginning, for really putting up with me and how I believed in the Zombies franchise more than any other guy on YouTube had ever believed in it or invested his time and his heart and his dedication into it, more than this crazy guy. I've lived here in this haunted house for forever, but I felt as if, how is one guy supposed to record his thoughts and share it with thousands of people who love this franchise so much if he doesn't live the Zombies experience? So I took it upon myself to move into a haunted house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant, conveniently enough, that I know could explode at any given moment, and I've been here ever since. And I really have the time of my life, because I not only get to share my story with you about how I became a fan of the Zombies franchise and how I love this love story between Zed and Edison, these two characters that unquestionably held a very special place in our heart for over nearly a decade, but I also got to meet so many incredible fans who share with me their story about how they became a fan of Descendants of Zombies and spoke from their heart. Because this YouTube channel pretty much is an open book. That's how this YouTube channel has always been perceived, and it's about what you want to hear talked about, and it's about what you want created. Because the one thing that a YouTube content creator has to do is understand his or her audience, and once you understand his or her audience, the thing is you can give back to the audience the way they've forever and always been meant to be honored. And that's all I've ever wanted to do, is understand you guys while I have the chance to be a part of something special. I've not only had the chance to be a part of so many wonderful memories and share them with you guys, but we together created so many wonderful memories as we gave back to every single little girl who may have ever believed in zombies with all of their heart. Because to be honest with you guys, I've loved giving you guys the content that you've loved and appreciated while I tried to help you make sense of everything happening around you with all these ridiculous rumors about how this is going to happen for zombies, that's going to happen for zombies, but at the end of every conversation and the end of every day, by the time the sun sets every day on our lives, we don't know anything about zombies because we felt like we've been left in the dark for what feels like forever, and nobody really knows what the definite answer is for release windows, what they're looking like, what the rumors are suggesting. So I think that's what's so fun about being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, is that we never know what's coming next. Like the first time ever I saw the preview for the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out on April 1st, 2026. When I saw that, I was so excited. I said, okay, cool, a new Super Mario movie. Chris Pratt and Jack Black are coming back as Super Mario and Bowser, who are some of my favorite Nintendo characters of all time. So what do you think my initial reaction was? I was so excited because I didn't see it coming. From miles away, I didn't see this one coming. From light years away, universes and galaxies away, I never saw this one coming. So I immediately started making plans for the 1st of April to catch the premiere of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, simply because I didn't see it coming. And I think that everything that we see in the Descendants of Zombies franchises, likewise, we never see coming. And that's what makes it so fun and so unpredictable for everybody out there. Because no matter who you are, you have a favorite character, a favorite moment, or a prediction that you could make about what you think is going to happen or what you would love to see happen in the Descendants of Zombies franchises. And I've always believed there is nothing wrong with that, with how much you've loved the love story between Zed and Edison, how you hope for the foreseeable future the love story between Victor and Nova is going to be just as beautiful and nothing short of miraculous. And if you believe that, I'm going to continue to support you, and I'm going to believe in your passions just as much as what you believed in them for forever. So if Descendants of Zombies is what you want to see content created, inspired because of and by, then that's what I'm going to do. And you've heard me say on this YouTube channel that I have dedicated the rest of my life proudly to creating content for the people who have known and loved about it for forever, because the fact of life is that everybody knows everything there is to know about Descendants of Zombies, from their favorite star's color, to their favorite star's song, to what their favorite character is that their favorite star wants to play. So I think that there's so much of an opportunity to create all this wonderful content. It's just about how much the content creator wants to distribute this content for each and every one of you, because I know how it goes. There are people who YouTube Descendants of Zombies videos every night. And the one thing that you'll notice about the content creators are they'll promise you through their AI voices that if you subscribe to this YouTube channel, there'll be wonderful Descendants of Zombies videos yet to come. But the thing is, we never do see these videos surface. They just want you to subscribe to achieve monetization or to qualify for the YouTube Partnership Program, the YPP program, I've never wanted any of that. I've never been monetized on YouTube. In 25 years, I've never been monetized. I just wanted to be a part of something special. And I got the chance to do that with each and every one of you because I always believed everybody had a story. No matter who we are or where we come from, we all have a story. And our stories have been significantly represented through the franchises Descendants and Zombies because we all felt a part of something special. We all felt similar to the situations that Zed Anderson may have been caught up within from 2018 up until 2025 when their story reached its conclusion. But I mean, who has ever believed their story really reached a conclusion? We've always wanted more from Zed and Addison. We've never wanted to say goodbye. And I understand how people feel about never wanting to say goodbye because I felt the same way. I've never wanted to let go of a beautiful story. I never wanted to let go of Noah and Allie's love story from The Notebook. I never wanted to let go of Edward and Bella's story from Twilight. And I never wanted to let go of any TV show's story from, say, The Vampire Diaries because I was always a huge fan of it. And I always had a greater appreciation for supernatural lore, which again, there's nothing wrong with. If you believe in trolls and goblins and the essence of mermaids and pirates and sirens and vortexes coming to kill us all, then I support you. Because if there's one guy on YouTube who's always believed in the potentiality of a zombie apocalypse happening and breaking out and there being impenetrable doom, it's this guy. Why do you think I shoot all these videos from inside this studio and I never leave it? It's because I live my life in fear of a zombie apocalypse happening, and I just want to make believers out of each and every one of you while putting smiles on your faces, because I think that if you've ever had a dream or a hope for the Descendants of Zombies franchises, then you should continue to follow your passions. That may be becoming involved in the same line of work as Meg Donnelly, Kylie Contrell, and if indeed it is that, then I support that, because I think everybody's had a dream of wanting to entertain. Everybody's wanted a dream of, sharing the same stage with your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, because I've seen people at these Q&As go up to people like Kylie Contrell and even Dove Cameron in the past, asking if they could be a part of the Descendants franchise. I've been asking that for over 30 years, and I still haven't got a call from Disney. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to be a part of the Disney company and create a character or be the voice of a character and contribute to something that would be special to each and every one of you. I mean, you take, for instance, the movie Hoppers about AI technology, advancing the technology behind animals. I would love to be one of the voices of these characters. I forever wanted to be the voice of Olaf in Frozen. You guys have come to know that about me for years. So because I've shared with you guys in these passions, and because I know what it's like to be a member of the audience. Like, let me take you back to the premiere of High School Musical senior year, High School Musical 3. That would have been in October of 2008, and I remember the reactions of everybody in the crowd who saw the first ever theatrical premiere of High School Musical. They knew undoubtedly they were going to be a part of something special. And for many years, it's been about 15 years since, longer than that actually, 16, 17 years since the premiere of High School Musical 3 senior year. And I'm still talking about it because the rarity of it, not just the rarity of it, but just how special the musical was, the story was, it's always held a special place in my heart. And I think that for anybody who has ever believed or felt the same way, you should feel passionate about talking about your favorite franchises, even though they've faded out of obscurity for over 15, 16 years. I remember the reactions of the crowd. I remember how proud everybody was to have a golden ticket in their hand to see the first ever theatrical premiere of High School Musical. Many of whom probably watch these videos have seen live performances of High School Musical in concert. And then you wonder why success stories have been told about the Worlds Collide Tour, Freya Sky Stars Line Tour. It's because they felt just as passionate about High School Musical and Descendants because it all started with a dream. They wanted to be a part of something special. And they had the chance to be a part of something special because of how much you believed in them and how much you believed in the product. Why do you think Zombies became such a huge success? It immediately shot to number one on Disney Plus? Because of each and every one of you. That's why. It had nothing to do with the production value of it, the music, the story. It's how you guys responded to it. Because what they will do in board meetings at Disney is they will put a concept in front of you and they will wait. And they will wait. And they will wait. And they will go have a frozen lemonade and come back and wait some more and wait some more and wait some more and go to catering and eat probably 4 or 5 pies and come back and wait some more until you respond to it. And when you respond to it phenomenally, they say, okay, we've created some magic here, or there's a potential of magic having been created. And then they will go and they will think some more and they will see how they can elevate it. And as long as you guys continue to support it with so much love and support, that's how the magic happens, and that's how the magic is created. because you guys believed in it. It had nothing to do with how great the song Life Was Sweeter When You were. It was because of how you responded to it and how you thought this music video was so cool, for the appreciation of the characters that were featured in the music video, how Ruby had her big debut with Descendants, and it was amazing. You know, I was so excited when I heard the news that Ruby was going to be part of the Descendants franchise. I was flabbergasted because I remember seeing her as Cammy Rather on Coop and Cammy Ask the World. I initially thought Coop and Cammy Ask the World was well on its way to being the most favorite show of Disney and Disney's answer to iCarly. While it may have never been Disney's answer to iCarly, it was a cool show that was very short-lived and ended long before its time. And I always waited on an opportunity for Ruby. And Ruby's had so many opportunities, from Fuller House to Eden to Almost Popular to Descendants and Zombies, which ultimately became everybody's favorite role for Ruby because she became everybody's favorite character. And why do you think that was? It was because Ruby was just so genuinely sweet. I could never get enough of how kind Ruby was and how much of an inspiration she came out for having been to thousands of people. If there ever was a Descendants character that touched my heart, or somebody who I wanted to give one of my huge stuffies to, it would definitely be Ruby Rose Turner, as a memory of how I felt about Ruby, because Ruby really changed my life. She taught me the value of to appreciate time and just how precious it was and how much further kindness can take a person in this lifetime. I will never be able to say thank you enough to what Ruby taught me. It was really the value of life and how to appreciate it. And ever since you guys came into my life, I pretty much perceived this YouTube channel as a journal. I've always wanted to share with you my stories about what it was like for me being a fan of Descendants and Zombies from the very first moment I ever saw it, how I felt captivated and blown away. You guys remember all the promos for Zombies years ago when Zed used to promise you guys that Zombies was going to blow your mind. Well, that's all I ever wanted to do with this YouTube channel, will some way or somehow blow your mind, coming through with really nice videos that really put into perspective how much Zombies meant to thousands of people, and how I myself had felt inspired by a song, This Is Going to Be My Year. You know, every year that I went to high school, it was very difficult for me because I was always trying to achieve acceptance, which was very difficult for not only me, but I know millions of others who attended high school every year to do every day, because you're always wondering how somebody feels about you, or if you're ever going to achieve acceptance. There were more times that I was shoved in lockers, I was called names, I was tripped up. I never thought I had a chance of making the football team or the wrestling team because I always had a dream of becoming the WWE champion. I always wanted to be the professional wrestling champion of the world. Nobody would ever be able to beat me if that would have ever happened. I would have been able to wrestle Logan Paul, and I would have been able to wrestle The Undertaker and defeat his WrestleMania win streak. I had lots of dreams. But the greatest honor that I ever had, even though I was a loser in high school, was meeting all of you, because I got to share with you my stories about how I was a loser in high school and how it was very difficult for me to achieve acceptance in the world. But I eventually did that because I got to share my story with how I was so passionate about Disney with each and every one of you. And some way or somehow, I was able to touch each and every one of your hearts. And I will continue to honor each and every one of you through talking about your favorite stories from Descendants and Zombies, what you think is going to happen in terms of predictions, offer you my own theories, and my own direction of the plot as best I know how to, because I have this degree in journalism and I've just wanted to put it to work while creating my own form of magic. You know, I remember shows like The Wonderful World of Disney and the original Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which premiered back on October 3rd, 1955. That was before my parents were born. So because that's so long ago, and they revamped the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and we saw all these new characters come in, but like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera, I've been a part of every generation of Disney, and through the generations of Disney that I've been a part of, and really feeling like I've experienced everything, I've been able to rewrite my own story and tell it the way that I always wanted to tell it. Because being a YouTuber or a radio show host who was pretty much just a co-host of a radio show that was pretty much never noticed or really taken seriously was very challenging for me, because while people wanted me to present the content for the way they wanted to present it, I wanted to take it in a completely different direction, while giving you the chance to share with me your predictions and how you feel about something like Descendants of Zombies. Because I think that a lot of radio show hosts and YouTubers out there just don't understand the value of how to appreciate an audience. And once you understand the value of how to appreciate an audience, you can really bring your videos to life and show so much more incentive than every other content creator who revolves their content around the same thing. Because I think that every Descendants and Zombies video is pretty much the same thing, where people are pretty much just incorporating AI, fake teasers, previously shot footage, what have you into this, and it's never really made a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people because I think that when I could create AI videos all the time. It's just I've never wanted to do that. I think that when you offer an opinion about Descendants of Zombies, it affects somebody differently. It touches their heart in a way that they know that you believe the story just as much as what they do, because I'm not alone. There is somebody else out there who loves Ruby with all of their heart. There is somebody out there that would give anything, who has never met Kylie Control in their life, just to have the chance to meet her, to tell her what they think of her. And there's nothing wrong with that. So if you can offer encouragement to people that they're going to have more opportunities to see Freya in concert, or to see Descendants of Zombies as a part of this fabulous production, crossover opportunities, TV show opportunities, contractual obligations and deals to be fulfilled, then you should do that. I've never ever wanted to be a part of these conversations that always involve criticism, constructive criticism, because I believe that any form of criticism is never a nice form of criticism. And the reason why I can sit in this chair every day with my legs crossed and share with you my thoughts on Descendants of Zombies is because I love doing it. And I do it in such a gentle way because I think it's the most effective way of touching somebody's heart to make them believe in Descendants of Zombies more than ever before. I challenge you. Find one guy on YouTube who talks about Descendants of Zombies with all of his heart. You will never find somebody who feels as passionate about this is what I do and loved every single moment of it. Because I think there are a lot of people out there that try to capitalize on YouTube partnership program opportunities, crossover opportunities, collaborative opportunities, and I've never ever wanted anything to do with that. I promise you guys that regardless of who comes in and out of these franchises or whoever becomes involved with it, you guys will always have me because I've invested an incredible amount of time, effort, and energy into giving you the content that you've always come to know and love and appreciate. If there was one guy who ever watched Cinderella or Alice in Wonderland in his life, it's this crazy guy, because I've loved talking about it. And I've loved the thought and the possibility of touching each and every one of your hearts in such an emphatic way, which I have successfully done because I've been able to resonate with thousands of people who may have loved Kylie Contrell or loved Freya Sky with all of their heart. I think that there is a certain value and appreciation from Freya's music. Songs like Why'd You Have to Call, The Person I Thought I Knew, Gold's Gone. I mean, from the first moment you saw that music video, Gold's Gone, you were blown away. You were captivated by the lyrics, the presentation, the music video, and then you saw Freya many months later at the Worlds Collide tour, and it was almost like, oh my God kind of thing. So because it was an oh my God kind of thing, like your oh my God moment for you guys, as we call it in the professional sports industry, an OMG moment, I think it should be celebrated. And I think how we celebrate that is by saying just as nice things about Freya Sky as you believe to be true. And the reality of it is true, because Descendants and Zombies fans are the smartest fans in the world. I will forever give you guys a profound amount of credit for being so respectful, so understanding, and so appreciative of these franchises, because I think that that's what the value is seen in, is how appreciative you guys are of just how magical you've made these franchises and how much you believed in them. So when it comes to the 8th anniversary of Zombies, why can't we just celebrate it? And why can't we just be happy that 8 years has passed, come and gone, and we're still just as big a fans of Zombies, and we're still just as excited about the future as we were a decade ago? Because a decade ago, I was just as honored to feel it and experience it just like you were, and to be a part of it. Because on February 16th, 2018, we know a lot of things that we never had answers to, but we also know that our lives changed forever because of just how magical Zombies was. It was the first ever sci-fi horror musical that Disney actually took serious, that they never thought would exceed their expectations, but it eventually did. And that's what made it so special for all of us. We defined ourselves through the music or a favorite moment, like the iconic elevator scene where Zed believed, he told Addison in the elevator, that if Zombies never won at football, they would never achieve acceptance. But they never had to win at football to achieve acceptance. They just had to be themselves. And I know that you saw the scenes in Zombies where they had no zombies and X's put through them on the wall and the zombie safe zone and the security guards going crazy. Come to think of it, I would have loved to have been a security guard in a zombie safe zone. That would have been really cool. But, I think the reoccurring theme of acceptance allowed people to find acceptance in their own way in this often really crazy world. Because I've always believed there are never enough kind people seen in this world. But The one thing that has forever and always remained true and definite to me is that kind people have existed in these franchises, and there are far more kinder people existing in the Descendants and Zombies franchises than we ever sometimes often take for granted. And I think sometimes we should appreciate just how kind the people are in the Descendants and Zombies franchise, because they are the people who make this franchise ever so special for everybody who's ever believed in these franchises. So let's give somebody out there tonight something to believe in when it comes to the Descendants and Zombies franchise, and something to be excited about for Zombies 5, because indeed it is coming. We just don't know what the release window is suggesting or looking like at this moment. But that has never meant that Zombies 5 is never going to happen, because it is, and you had better believe that Zombies is going to happen. And I will shut down every critic with all of my power to make sure that you guys believe that Zombies 5 is going to happen. Just like the clock up there, that Marvel clock that I installed, is indicating to us that time is very precious and time will eventually expire and Zombies 5 will happen. I want you guys to know that. And I want you guys to continue to follow your passions and believe whatever it is you believed about the Zombies franchise, and how much you believed in stars like Freya Skye and Malachi Burton. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time, which I hope you will continue to believe in for that foreseeable future, because we still got so long way to go, and because you guys are the only ones who can ever get us out of this situation, because doom is upon us and a zombie apocalypse is going to happen at any given moment, and I am far from prepared. The only thing I got today is a frozen lemonade from Starbucks, and I haven't even finished drinking it yet. So I am far from prepared for a zombie apocalypse. But given my current situation today, that should give you more of a reason to hit my subscribe button than ever before, because you are the only ones who can get us out of this situation and believe in Descendants and Zombies. Continue to believe in it with all of your heart. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time. I love you guys with all of my heart. Man, thank you so much for your love and support. We will pick up this conversation just after sunset tonight, which is a conversation I hope you will join me and all of my stuffies for. You see, as part of my backdrop tonight, because we've got a lot to get to with Descendants and Zombies. With that having been said, thank you so much for having believed in Descendants and Zombies and this channel with all of your heart, and thank you so much for having watched this video.